Yo, what's going on, people? Back with another video. I'm literally about to start editing, but before I got started, I just came up with a verse of the day. Not even came up, it came up on my Bible app this morning and while I was at work, and it is right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's my verse of the day for today. It might be a bit different as well. You lot seeing it on the phone, but but separately, I really enjoy like holding my camera. I don't know why. Like setting it up feels a bit like awkward and a bit too formal. Like this is just a bit more informal, up close and personal, and I just prefer it, to be honest. That's why a lot of people might be, just in case you guys are wondering why you always holding your camera now. Like I just personally prefer to hold it. I don't know why. Let's get into today's video. So today's verse is Jonah chapter 1 verse 17. Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. Now, firstly, what I got from this verse is that the Lord had prepared a lesson for Jonah, and Jonah wasn't released until he took action, until he understood what the lesson was trying to teach him. Now, a lot of the time, we see ourselves in positions where we have to take action if we want to get out of a situation, or we have to make the next move in order to level up in life, and that may be the reason as to why we're feeling stuck or why we're feeling so low in our day-to-day. But little do we know that God is calling us to make that next move, to elevate ourselves and do what we need to do in order to elevate in life. But a lot of the time we're just too scared, or the step may be uncomfortable, but we have to do it if we want to move up in life. That's just what we got to do. Similarly to what I just mentioned as well, a lot of us are in an unstable season of our lives because we're running away from God's calling to us, and we're not allowing him to work in our lives. And by running away from God's command, that is where he will send something or someone to come and catch us and to set us straight on the correct paths, or maybe even just to set a revelation or bring us. It will do it in a multitude of different ways. Now, this could be someone coming to speak to you. This could be a situation happening. This could be you going broke. This might be you relapsing on retention. This could be anything, but you have to take the lesson from it. Otherwise, it's literally pointless you going through the hardship. Make sure you guys are drinking your water, man. Real talk. Yeah, a lot of the time we'll run away. A lot of the time we'll try and make excuses or try and hide ourselves away from God's will. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted, guys. Literally, this camera's about to die. So my next point, as I previously mentioned, even last video, we tie up God's hands and we allow the devil to work in our lives, and we have the devil laughing at us. We tie up God's hands and we allow the devil to work in our lives. Now, when I say that is, so going back to an analogy where I mentioned the devil will be bigger. God will be bigger than the devil. Literally, he can beat him in a fight. He's bigger than him, stronger than him. The devil is small, skinny, not barely capable of anything. But we tie up God's hands. So in this fight now, the devil's able to overcome him. Not because God is weak or because he literally can, but only because we put him to the side and we hold him, and we don't let him do what he can do. We don't allow him to do what he can do, and we let the devil do his will. Yeah, by doing that, that's going to bring our faith down, because we're not going to be seeing God's work in our lives, and we're going to be then doubting him, thinking, oh, okay, so does God really love me the way that the Bible says he does? Is God as able to help me as the Bible says he is? Should I really put my whole faith and trust in God? But more time we should, and that's where our faith needs to lie. But a lot of the time we tie up the devil's hands and then wonder what we tie up God's hands and then wonder why he doesn't work in our lives, or wonder why he doesn't come and help us, or wonder why he doesn't come out the sky and save us. But little do we know, we let the devil work more than we know. Another thing I learned from this verse as well is that we see God's commandments as too hard or too burdensome, and as a result of that, we put ourselves in predicaments where we suffer, and the devil is laughing at us. Now again, when God's calling us to do hard things, do his will, do his work, evangelize, speak to people, do things that are scary and out of our comfort zone, we allow the devil to laugh at us, and we allow the devil to defeat us. And that's what God doesn't want. That's against his will. But because we think we're so big and great and clever and that we know better than God, that's what we end up doing. We put ourselves in predicaments where we're still suffering, we're not moving forward, we're still in this season where we're seeing difficulties in our lives, and we wonder why. But the answer's in our faces 9 times out of 10. Even times I wonder, wow, why is the channel not growing? But maybe because I missed the day of posting. Maybe because I'm not posting as much as I should be. Maybe because Yeah, I mean, there's a whole different bunch of things that I'm not seeing yet, but I'm gonna start seeing, because again, I learn a new thing every video I post. I learn something new, and that's God showing me again and again and again that you're not perfect. You're not a guru at this. There's still things you're gonna need to know, things you're gonna need to see, things you're gonna need to understand, and that's how life is. We never stop learning because God is the greatest, not us. Lastly, what we need to do is have faith in our God and follow what He tells us to do. Same way we obey a diet plan or self-improvement routine, we need to follow God's plan for our